Alright, so this is a deck based on like Magician Pikeru. It's very suboptimal. It's a very suboptimal build because I just kind of threw cards together. Sorry, but it's more of a proof of concept. Anyways, here I'm going to go and play against Lunalight and show what the deck can do. Because I do win this game, and you know, Lunalight is a pretty good deck. It's not meta, well, it's not like top tier or anything, but it is pretty good. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start off with Cinderella Wonder Wand. I was just really hoping to draw something useful here, but I did not. Anyway, I have 2 Honest in hand, which is pretty good. All the cards in this deck, except for Chocolate Magician Girl and Battle Vader, they are light monsters, so all the monsters in here are lights, so and Chocolate Magician summons a light monster. So anyway, my opponent goes for Polymerization here, and activates their second Tenki. So my opponent did open pretty well, I'd say, just because they had 2 Tenkis. So I've played Lunalight, and that's pretty good. Anyways, what I was hoping for here was that Chocolate Magician Girl would summon the Cinderella and have the attack points of the Cat Dancer while changing the attack target. It wouldn't be destroyed by battle because the Lunalight fusions can't be destroyed with battle. But my opponent had the songs right here, so things are clearly not going very well for me right now. Anyways, I go ahead and summon the Lumina. I don't actually have any Light Swords in my graveyard though. I didn't want to summon the Cinderella just because I do have the ability to mill by summoning the Lumina, and Cinderella wouldn't do anything. So here I do actually mill something useful. The Magician's Encore, which gives me the right hand, and we'll see how this comes into play later. Yeah, my opponent just goes and Regeki's the Lumina, which is unfortunate. But yeah, then they just attack, and I have Storm Mirror, so that puts everything back. Some Blue Cat plus Reincarnation Dance is really, really good. You get 3 cards out of the deal, so it's a +1. So here I just go ahead and summon the Cinderella and activate Magician's Right Hand instead of using Cinderella to get Wonder Wand. Because while I could draw more cards, I feel like Right Hand is the most useful thing right now to me, just in that I have Honest in hand. If I didn't have Honest in hand, I would have gone for the Wonder Wand play, I think. But having Honest, the most important thing is that my opponent can't use Wolf or Polymerization. So they do use White Rabbit to summon Cat Dancer, but they don't actually have a way to use this fusion tag, no way to actually fusion summon. So here I summon the summon the Lila to blow up a Tenki. I planned to equip this Wonder Wand to Lila, but for some reason I couldn't do that. I don't know if that was... I don't know what was going on with that, but I couldn't do that for some reason. So I don't know if that's me not knowing something about Light Swarms or something about Wonder Wand, but whatever. It ends up working out. Regardless, so yeah, my opponent attacks, does that burn damage, I activate Honest, bringing Cinderella to 7150. That second attack on Lila burns me for another 100 points, but Lila's not destroyed because of Cat Dance's effect. So here I summon the Lumina and activate. I didn't check my graveyard, so I didn't know if I had a Raiden in there or not. That's what I was hoping for. So I go ahead and draw 2 cards. And then mill my non-cards off of these. So yeah, Magician's Protection. If you don't know what this card is, that's because it's not very good. It just halves any damage you take while you control Spellcaster, which is decent, but it doesn't actually protect your board at all. So here we go, we got Wet Magician Pikeru. For the first time she's actually shown up that I've actually had an opportunity to use her, which is bizarre, since this deck is pretty much built around doing that, but You know, that's how RNG is. Um, anyway, we're gonna build this card Magician's Encore again, so that's gonna let me add left hand to hand, which, while left hand isn't very good against Lunalight, it is a good for discarding for Lumina, as well as Cinderella. So here, Chocolate Magician Girl will let me summon the Cinderella to the field. I'll take 50, and my opponent will take 150. So the turn goes to me, I go and activate Lumina, so I can summon the Rhine from the grave. Activate and fuse for Michael. Or fuse, sorry, synchro for Michael to banish the fusion. Go ahead and activate the Wonder Wand there, and go into Trapeze Magician. Go into Trapeze Magician just so that I can get the final attacks with Pikeru. Unfortunately, in that particular game, I wasn't able to show what Pikeru can do, but you can gain a pretty good amount of life points with Pikeru's effect. Anyway, the ability's there, and you'll see when I go through the deck. As I said, not an optimal build, but anyway, Princess Pikeru, it's possible. The card's not all that much better than White Magician Pikeru, same attack stat as Pikeru if Trials are equipped. You just gain 400 more life points, but hey, if you can do it right, I wanted to play the full Pikeru set, so I am. 3 of Cinderella, just because the opening play of Cinderella with Wonder Wand is pretty good, especially in the deck where you can draw things like Storming Mirror Force, Quaking Mirror Force, you know, where you can draw these cards, and end up sending Snow to the graveyard as well, through drawing into Lunalight next door. I'm playing 2 Snow. I know, like, pretty much everybody else is on the 3 Snow bandwagon deal. I am very much not on that. I do not like playing 3 Snow. I feel like it leaves very suboptimal opening hands. And it's really not difficult to get Snow in the graveyard. If you're that worried about it, play Foolish Burial. And know what more I can... Foolish Burial, Mathematician, you know, there are cards to do it if you're that worried about it. But yeah, I feel like playing 3 Snow is not... Well, it's not to my preference. 2 Raiden, 2 Lila, 3 Chocolate Magician Girl, 2 Honest, 3 Lumina, 3 Pikeru, and 2 Battle Fader. Chocolate Magician Girl summons everything except for Honest and Battle Fader. Everything except for Chocolate Magician Girl and Battle Fader is a light, so this Honest is extremely live. Even in the X deck we have light monsters. So, the Battle Fader. It puts another monster on the field for Pikeru's effect to gain 400 more life points, and stops and just ends the battle phase outright. I had a game where I was playing against Chaos, and this really saved me. The ability to just, you know, have the Battle Fader in my hand. You might say, well, it could just be another Mirror Force, but having the additional monster is pretty helpful. Lawn Mow next door and 3 Pot of Desires. I'm considering Lawn Mowing next door to essentially be at 1, given the price that card is going to be. And the 3 Pot of Desires, these 4 are all replaceable. You can take these out and put in more budget cards, just put in Twin Twisters, whatever. Magicians Unite, I mean, they're pretty good, but honestly. Magicians Unite, when you control 2 or more spellcasters in attack mode, one of them becomes 3,000, but the other ones can't attack. It's important to keep in mind that that is only spellcasters that can't attack, so Raiden and Michael can still attack, and whatever else is put into the extra deck. 3 Duality, special summoning isn't all that important. You don't have to do it during your turn. The only times you are doing that is with Lumina, and if you want to go for game with Snow. Everything else is going to be summoning during your opponent's turn, anyway. Well, that and Encore, but if you don't have a good hand, then you're using Duality to get to the Encore. And then 3 Scapegoat. Fills up your field if you've got a Pikeru that's survived because of the mirror forces are there to protect that. But yeah, the Scapegoat gives you more life points off of Pikeru. It gives you more defense, so very useful in this deck. And also you can Synchro Summon with them, right? So Magician's left hand, 2 of those, 3 Encore, 3 right hand, 3 Wonder Wand, 2 Trial of the Princess, gives Pikeru another 800 attack. There are better growth spells, but I wanted to do this. 3 Magician Circle lets you summon the Pikeru during your opponent's turn, lets you summon the Snow during the battle phase from the deck, and then of course you normally have her from the graveyard. 3 Storming, 3 Quaking, and 3 Magician's Protection. Just because I don't really know what I'm doing, I just kind of put cards together. The extra deck is pretty much just this: Downer Magician, Trapeze Magician, Tempest Magician, Arcanite Magician, and 2 Michael. The Downerd's only really good if Quaking has been activated just because of the piercing damage, and Tempest Magician you can discard from your hand and do a bunch of burn damage. So that can be pretty good as well. There's this other card, Pikeru Circle of Enchantment, which just makes you not take damage for the turn from effects, only effect damage. So that can be good as a side deck thing, as well as if you are playing Blazing Mirror Force, this can be good, but there are better cards. Anyway, Minerva is nice if you have Minerva. And the other 2 cards that were in here during that, I didn't actually have a way to summon. They were just Dark Magician cards that I was like, well, I could make these if I decide to play these other cards, but I did not. When I build the Curran deck, I'll probably be playing those. Anyway, till next time.